everyone, and welcome to another episode of Draw With Me, where we put 10 minutes on the clock and try and draw as much as we possibly can. Now, it is a personal challenge, so whether you are drawing heads, torsos, full bodies, drawing with markers, crayons, ballpoint pen, chalk, paint, whatever, it does not matter as long as you are challenging yourself so that you can get to the next level in your artistic journey. Now, the one thing that we do together is we draw the same character, and the theme that we are working with right now is Thundercats. And so the character that we're going to draw today is the one and only Lion-O. Now, if you do not know how to draw Lion-O, that is perfectly fair because it might be before your time. But the internet is here for you, so all you have to do is hit the pause button, go grab some reference and your materials, and when you are ready, just come on back and we will get started. All right, welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and put 10 minutes on the clock and get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Lion-O. I'm gonna try and draw a little bit. Yeah, draw faster is what I've realized. Well, I mean, I think I kind of always knew that, but but the one thing that I'm starting to realize is that I might be taking too much time. Just, I don't know, just trying to make it perfect, maybe? I really don't know why it's actually taking me, you know, like, oh man, it's so close. But, well, one thing I do know is that I'm constantly trying to make sure things are correct, and what's really funny is I'm trying to make sure things are correct and less scribbly when I'm initially drawing, and it's like, why are you doing that? It's a scribble, right? Like, that's not what I'm supposed to be focusing on, but I do. So nonetheless, we're gonna try and make that a little bit different today. But anyway, so Lion-O, the what is he called? The Lord of the Thundercats. That's what I was looking for. The Lord of the Thundercats. Weird thing here and here. And the interesting thing about Lion-O was the fact that he's pretty much just a kid, right? Like, we've got nothing on Lion-O. Like, we don't know pretty much anything about him, except for that he's the kid, right? Like, when his planet got destroyed, he was put in a time capsule, and that was pretty much what happened. Although I do not like that lip. Makes him almost look like Panthro. What is going on with my pencil today? Give him a little bit longer. There we go. And then make sure. Okay, so his ear is completely gone, right? So that comes like so. 1, 2, something like that. Comes down here, and then from here, whoops, yes, we gotta try and he's got this weird hair. So we're gonna bring it out here and then down, so something kind of like that. There we go. Out. Bring this in so his head isn't that weird. So. Freaking out here with his hair and try and make that all weird. Don't need to make it all weird. Right there, bam. Okay, so like I said, he is pretty much just a child, because when he went into it's not a time capsule, it was a what do we call them? Ice chamber? It was pretty much, he fell asleep, right? In the cryogenic chamber, something like that. I don't know what they want to call it now. But anyway, he it slows down the aging process, but some aging does still exist, right? And so he did age, but more so, it wasn't that he aged, it was more that he just got bigger. And so the crazy part about it is that he was still a child, like in his mindset and mentality and everything. But because he was pretty much a grown man, they was like, well, you are the Lord of the Thundercats. And it's like, well, that's a lot of responsibility. And so a lot of the story was about him just trying to grow up, right, with this huge responsibility. He had people there to help, but they're just like, look, what's your choice? You're the Lord of the Thundercats. You tell us. And it's like, geez, it's a lot of responsibility for a little kid. And I think that part was missed by a lot of people, was that, he was thrust into being the leader of the Thundercats. He went to sleep and he was like, what, 10? Something like that. And then when he woke up on Third Earth, he was literally the Lord of the Thundercats. And it's like, that's might be a lot of responsibility, don't you think? But it's the way the story went. I thought it did itself justice as far as what it was trying to do. As I mentioned before, I love Thundercats. So it was a story that I definitely grew up with and really did appreciate and enjoyed wholeheartedly. Thought it was a lot of fun. Here, try and make that into something. I guess it's gonna be enough. What else about Lionel? I remember in the first episode when he was able to like lift the Sword of Omens, right? Like it just came alive. I thought that was a cool animated scene. I liked the ones where he had to beat all the Thundercats, right? Like that was the trial. Like the trial was that he had to literally beat all of the Thundercats, and if he couldn't beat them, then he couldn't be Lord of the Thundercats. I was like, dang, that's harsh. They're like, yeah, it's just the way it is. I'm like, all right. But it was really cool. That was cool. When it came to the end of the Thundercats, I was kind of sad. Didn't necessarily like how they ended the Thundercats. It was weird, right? Like, if I'm about to go into a spoiler, so if you didn't watch the Thundercats, which is absolutely fine, but if you're like, oh, I want to go watch this, you might want to put me on mute, because I'm about to tell you about the last episode and how disappointed I was in it. So I guess, if you're not, I've warned you. But in the end, he didn't even fight. Like the big mega fight wasn't even with Mumra. I was like, what? It was like with his weird garden variety, like golem. And I was like, man, after all this time, we don't even get the main fight between him and freaking Mumra. Like, come on. That was kind of sad. But besides that, and I was like, yeah, it was alright. It was fun. They kept finding new people and stuff like that. It was alright. It's just, that is not the right red. I hate it when the color that I thought I had, which was right, then turns out to not be right. And you're like, oh. So, there's still got a minute left. Might even still be able to pull it off even with that mess up. because we almost finished Jaga. And that was kind of sad when that didn't happen, but let's go ahead and grab that. That hair is going to bother me, so I'm glad that I was able to fix that. All right, I'm come in here, do that one. All right, 22 seconds. Oh, it's going to be close. So close. Ah. Nope, didn't make it. It's like, nope, didn't make it. It was so close. That change in, it was like that change that I had to do with the color, I think threw me just enough so that I couldn't finish. Sorry, I have to do like this. That was gonna bother me all day if I didn't just go ahead and fix that. All right, so I didn't make it, right? But I'm also trying not to, because I do come back and clean these up, so I want to make sure that I didn't leave anything just open. So there you go. I won't finish everything because that's not fair, but there you go. So I don't know if you were able to make it. If you were, fantastic. If you weren't, look, I didn't finish either, and it is okay as long as we keep moving, because even in last month when we started, you know, it wasn't doing well at first, but then we came back and we just started knocking them out. So don't even worry about it. Just keep on plugging away, and I guarantee you it's going to help you in the future. And if you are partaking in these challenges, would love to see what you're doing. So head on over to my Discord channel, and the link is in the description, and we'd love to see what you're doing. But if you want to stay in YouTube, that's perfectly fine, but hit that subscribe button and the bell, and you will get notified. Not we, but you will get notified every single time that I drop new content. Thank you all so very much, and I will see you in the next episode.